Most people think borrowing money is scary, risky, even dangerous. But let me tell you a story. A few years ago, I met someone who had a dream bigger than their bank account. Their name was Marcus. Marcus had this crazy, burning desire to open a small delivery business. He had the skills. He had the passion. He had the plan. But he didn't have the money. And one day, he sat in his tiny apartment with only $28 left in his checking account, wondering if dreams were only meant for people who already had money. But that same night, he came across a video just like this one, and it opened his eyes to something different. You don't need money to start a business. You need strategy and the right way to borrow. If you're watching this right now and you're thinking, how do I borrow money when the bank keeps rejecting me? How do I start a business if I have no savings? How do I get the money without ruining my life? Then keep watching, because I'm about to walk you step by step through the smartest, safest, and most realistic ways to borrow money to start your business, even if your credit isn't perfect, even if you're earning low income, even if you're starting from zero, just like Marcus. And hey, before we go deeper, subscribe while watching so you don't miss any of our weekly cash stuffing and budgeting guides that help you build real financial confidence. Now, let's begin. Section 1. Why people fear borrowing money. Let's be honest, borrowing money is stressful. Your heart beats faster. You think of loans, debt, rejection, paperwork, interest rates, all of it. But here's the twist nobody talks about. Borrowing money is not the problem. Borrowing money the wrong way is the problem. Big companies borrow billions. Celebrities borrow millions. Small businesses borrow thousands. Borrowing is normal. Borrowing is strategic. Borrowing is how businesses grow. You know what's not normal? Doing everything alone. Trying to build a business from thin air. Waiting 4 years to save up money you could have gotten today. That's the truth most people never hear. And that fear, the fear of borrowing, usually comes from things like past money mistakes, bad credit, people warning you about debt, being scared of rejection, not knowing how loans even work, feeling like you're not good enough to be approved. But let me tell you something right now, and I want you to feel this. Borrowing money doesn't make you irresponsible. Borrowing without a plan does. And in this video, I'm giving you the plan. Section 2. How to know how much you really need. Before you borrow $1, you need to know your exact number. Most people say, I need $10,000 to start my business. No, you don't. Most likely, you don't. You need a precise startup number, and here's how you calculate it. Step 1. List every startup item. Ask yourself, what do I absolutely need to get my business running? Not what you want. Not what would be nice to have. What do you need? Example, business registration, $100 to $300. Basic equipment, $500 to $1,500. Starter inventory, $300 to $2,000. Marketing, $100 to $500. Website or online tools, $50 to $200. Emergency cushion, $200 to $300. Step 2. Add a 10% buffer. Business always costs more than you expect. Step 3. Cut the number down again. Ask yourself, if I had $0 and someone handed me money, what is the minimum I need to get started today? This step is where most people realize they don't need $10,000. They need $1,200. They don't need $20,000. They need $3,500. And when you borrow less, you pay less, you risk less, you stress less. This step alone can save you years of financial pain. Section 3. The best way to borrow money. Start with small sources. Here's the surprising truth. You don't start borrowing from big sources. You start borrowing from small ones. Let's go through the most realistic and easiest ones. 1. Borrow microloans, best for beginners. These are small loans between $100 to $5,000 meant for new entrepreneurs. Companies like Kiva, Action Opportunity Fund, Lift Fund, local community lenders. These lenders care more about your story and business idea than your credit score. They are perfect for beginners. 2. Borrow from fintech lenders. These companies are more flexible than banks and approve much faster. Fundbox, Blue Vine, On Deck, Square Capital. They look at cash flow, not just credit. Free, borrow from friends or family, but professionally. This one is tricky, but it works if handled right. Here's the rule. You must treat them like a bank. Write a simple agreement. Loan amount, repayment schedule, interest rate, even 2% is fine. What happens if you're late? A written agreement shows respect. 4. Borrow from your community. Some local groups help new businesses with grants, zero-interest loans, community funding, business competitions. All you need to do is apply. You'd be shocked how many people never even check what's available in their city. Section 4. How to borrow money from banks. The smart way. Banks don't say yes because you have a dream. Banks say yes because you have evidence. Let's break this down. 1. You need a business plan. It doesn't have to be long, but it must be clear. Your plan must answer. What business are you starting? Who is the customer? How will you make money? How much do you expect to earn monthly? How will you pay the bank back? If you can answer these, you are ahead of 90% of people. 2. You need bank-ready credit. Banks love credit scores above 650, but you can still be approved with lower scores if your income is consistent. If you want the highest approval chance, pay down small debts, reduce your credit utilization, fix late payments, remove incorrect items. Even a 15-point jump can change everything. 3. You need to show cash flow. Show that your business will bring in enough money to repay the loan. Banks want confidence, not perfection. Section 5. Borrowing money with bad credit. This is a part nobody talks about. What if you have crossmark low credit, crossmark no savings, crossmark no collateral, crossmark no cosigner, crossmark no family help? Can you still borrow? Yes. Here's how. 1. Offer proof of income. Even small income helps. $1,500 to $2,000 per month can qualify you for small loans. 2. Offer collateral that isn't cash. Examples include laptops, equipment, tools, vehicles, inventory. Lenders want something that shows you're serious. 3. Use business credit instead of personal credit. Open small business credit accounts such as Uline, Quill, Granger. Pay them off monthly. Within 90 days, your business credit score grows, even if your personal credit is bad. 4. Use secured credit cards. These cards build credit fast and help you qualify for loans in months instead of years. Section 6. How to borrow money without using a loan. Yes, it's possible. Borrowing money doesn't always mean going to a bank. Sometimes borrowing comes from the profits you haven't made yet. These methods don't require credit checks. 1. Borrow through pre-orders. People pay you before you create the product. You use that money to start. Genius and effective. 2. Borrow through selling services first. Start by offering services related to your business, even small ones. Example, want to open a bakery? Start selling pastry from home first. Use that income as your loan. 3. Borrow through crowdfunding. Platforms like GoFundMe, Kickstarter, Indiegogo. People support your business idea and give you the money upfront. 4. Borrow through partnerships. Find someone who has money but no time. Offer them a small percentage of the business. Section 7. How to avoid getting trapped in bad loans. If you want to stay safe, avoid these mistakes at all costs. 1. Don't borrow more than needed. Borrow small. Grow big. 2. Don't borrow without a repayment plan. Make sure you can repay even if business starts slow. 3. Don't borrow from loan sharks. If someone offers you money with no paperwork, run. 4. Don't borrow with crazy high interest. Anything higher than 30% April is financial suicide. 5. Don't borrow if you don't understand the contract. If you can't explain the loan terms in simple words, don't sign. Remember Marcus? He finally decided to take a bold step. Here's what he did. 1. He calculated he only needed $3,200, not the $10,000 he thought. 2. He applied for a microloan through a community lender. 3. He got approved for $2,500. 4. He borrowed another $700 from his cousin with a written agreement. 5. He started small, just one delivery bike. 6. Within 3 months, he made enough profit to repay the microloan early. 7. By month 6, he bought a second bike. 8. By month 11, he hired 2 part-time riders. 9. Today, Marcus earned $7,000 to $9,000 per month. He didn't get lucky. He didn't win the lottery. He didn't wait years. He simply borrowed smart. Not big. Your business doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to start. Borrow a little. Grow a little. Borrow again. Grow again. That's how every big company in America started. And before we end this video, don't forget to subscribe after watching so you never miss more cash stuffing, budgeting, and financial growth videos. You got this. Your business can start today. And the money you need is closer than you think.